Session 41 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Happy Tuesday to you. We've had beautiful weather here this past few days here in New York. Spring is here and we're loving it, and Ziggy's going in and outside. She's loving it too. Yeah, so I thought we would do some spring florals, spring flower cards today. But I want to give you a heads up. The 2019 to 2021 in colors are retiring, and that official list posts tomorrow. So heads up, anything that will be retiring from Stampin' Up's annual catalog, that will be announced tomorrow. So I will actually, probably tomorrow evening, jump on and do a live and walk you through what's retiring and what's staying and all of that good stuff. But if you want a heads up on the in colors, that is on page 143 of the annual catalog. And you can see there, it's the Pretty Peacock, the Rococo Rose, the Terracotta Tile, the Seaside Spray, and the Purple Posy. So anything and everything with those colors will be retiring. But they're gorgeous colors. They are some of my favorites. So I thought we would use the new Pretty Perennials bundle from the mini catalog, and we'll stamp our flowers on all these fun in colors and do the leaves and all kinds of cute stuff. So that is what I have in store for you today. So I'm gonna go ahead, flip this, we'll get started. All right, and you guys know the drill. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if either way, make sure you are subscribed, comment, like, you know, the thumbs up, share, all of that good stuff. I appreciate all of that. All right, just making sure we've got our lots of light going on there. Hey, Luann. Yes, 3 o'clock. I know the time changed last week, and everybody is still adjusting to that a little bit. Who would think an hour throws us off that much? But it does. Yeah, so the very first card I have for you today, we are going to be using some of my most favorite in color. This is the Purple Posy. So again, I actually bought a couple packages of the Purple Posy cardstock, and then I made sure that I got some of the 12 by 12 paper too, because I still have some scrapbooking to do, and I've started some pages with these colors. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Alicia. Wow, you guys caught me. That's great. All right, so super easy for the base. Purple Posy, 5.5 by 8.5, and scored there at the 4 1/4 mark. Okay, the next layer is some basic white, and this is just 4 by 5 1/4. And yep, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it on. I hadn't really planned any ribbon today. I know that's crazy. I always use ribbon, but today it is all about the florals. So we're keeping the rest of this fairly simple here. All right, so thought maybe we'd do a pop of color. You guys know I might do a video without ribbon, but I can't go without using my stitched shapes dies of some kind. So I've got my stitched shapes. This is the assortment with the circles, the ovals, and the squares. And so I have die cut the largest circle here out of Pretty Peacock. Thought that would be a bit of a contrast there. So we do that. Hey, Diana. Hey, Philomena. Yeah, so we've got our largest circle, and I kind of intended to place this kind of off to the left a little bit. We'll see. I'm not going to stick it down quite yet. But what I do want to pull out is my foam crafting mat, because the Pretty Perennials here, these are photopolymer stamps, and I want a little extra cushion. So what I'm going to do with this, and I might have to pull in some extra scraps of white cardstock, but I am using the largest flower, and we are going to stamp this 3 times in 3 different colors here. So I'm got my chamois ready so I can clean in between there. But let's go ahead. I'm going to start with my lightest, and because we do not have a Purple Posy ink pad, I will be using my in color marker assortment here. And with the bold, the painty end here. Come on, stick. There we go. I'm just gonna paint this all over. So what happened way back 2 years ago when Stampin' Up! Came out with these in colors, for some reason there was an issue with the Purple Posy ink pad and the ink. It was getting all foamy, and then they were noticing that once it was stamped and let dry, that it actually had a tendency to change color a little bit, which is not what it was supposed to do. So Stampin' Up! Actually pulled the Purple Posy ink pad from the line, so that you will not find the Purple Posy ink pad or the ink refill available, but we do have the markers here. And we even have the blends. So we've got lots of good product there in Purple Posy. So that came out good. I also want to stamp this in Rococo Rose. So like I said, we're gonna do this 3 times here. And I think I've got room over here. Okay, beautiful. And then the third color I'm going to pull in is our terracotta tile. So make sure I clean this in between there. And let me pull in an extra piece, some extra white here. I think that'll work. Again, I've got just a little scrap bin of white basic white cardstock that I keep handy. No sense in cutting when we always have extra scraps and things. All right, so we'll stamp that right on there. Okay, pretty. So that will be it for our flower stamps there for this first card. So we're gonna do a little bouquet on there. All right, so what we need to do with these is I will have to die cut them one at a time. But we will use our fun, pretty Perennials petals dies here. This is the one. And with this, it takes just a little bit to make sure we've got the right petal lined up with the right flower. There we go, that looks pretty good there. All right, so when you've got it good, pop your top on, hold it tight, and then I'm gonna run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss real quick. Okay, so we're gonna do that for each of our colors. And then one thing I've already done is I've used this detailed piece, and I've actually already cut those out. I went ahead and did one in each of our colors. So I've got a little bit of a Rococo Rose overlay, and then I've also got our terracotta and our Purple Posy there. So I did pre-cut those so that so that you wouldn't have to wait for me. But yeah, so go ahead and line these up. Sometimes you just have to spin it there until you get it. Nope. If it's not working and you've got weird white space, then it's not quite in the right place just yet. All right, so it looks like I've got 3 little ripples here, 3 little ripples. There we go. So usually you can find an edge with a certain shape that you can identify, and then the rest will follow. Okay, so we've got that. Do this for each of these. I do love these colors. Do you guys have a favorite? Let me know which color you're going to be saddest to see go, or which color you're stocking up on. I'm always excited to see the new colors. Of course, I'll love them too, but yes, it's always kind of bittersweet to see other ones that we love go. Okay, so I'm gonna just die cut this other one here while I've got it. Okay. All right, perfect. So I've got that. And yes, I already did pre-cut our leaves and all that good stuff. So you guys don't have to sit there and watch me die cut anything else quite yet. All right, so, oh, Janelle says she loves them all. Yes. Luann's asking, do I have a time frame for when I will be going over the retiring list tomorrow? Well, let's see. The retiring list posts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then I need just a little bit of time to go over that. So, you know what? It will probably be, oh, you know what? I need to double check because I think I have a haircut tomorrow afternoon. I was going to say 4 o'clock. That's my plan. Would be to go on sometime between 3:30 and 4. You know, I'll do a community update on my channel here. When I know exactly what time, I'll try to give you guys a heads up a little bit so you'll get a notification there. But yes, it will be here on YouTube. I will go live right on YouTube for everybody. I do sometimes, I think that's the easiest to just do a catalog walkthrough. And so what you'll need for tomorrow, if you've got a good pen or Sharpie or something, and then sometimes a highlighter, or I like to use like a pink or a red to mark retiring, kind of like R for retiring. I know that's kind of crazy, but yep, that's what I do. So, all right, so we've got our flowers, and then I thought, wow, we should do some pretty leaves in here too. And I know it's kind of hard to see this, but I love this leaf die here. And I could have done it in, I did die cut it in Seaside Spray. All right, maybe we should look at that. Or you know what? Ooh, I could kind of interlock them a little bit. Maybe that would work. Kind of layer them a little bit for a little bit of contrast here. That might work. And that way it's easier to see them a little bit. I think I'll do that. In this case, we'll have lots of texture going on here. All right, so I did not put any adhesive on these because what I intended to do was just use my dimensionals on the backs of my flowers to hold things in place. So actually what I'm gonna do is just stick one right there on the leaves. That will kind of hold them in place as I get ready to arrange these. So let's set the details aside. We'll put those on with glue dots when we're ready. Let's go ahead. Maybe I kind of like that. We'll have the terracotta. That'll be bold. That will be right in the center, ready to go. So we'll just kind of do this, and then I'm gonna do the words in Purple Posy, so I want a little bit of space between those. So I'll put my Purple Posy, again, just putting a large dimensional on the back of these. All right, and let's kind of tuck this. Let's tuck that under just a little bit. Kind of curve it up here. Let's see. Well, we can play with that. Let's see how that goes. Okay, and then my Rococo Rose. Pretty. So I intended, let's see if that will fit. Again, kind of tuck that. Going up the side, I don't know, that's almost a little too, well, let's see. So just make sure it doesn't fall off the edge. So we'll do that. Okay, and tuck that in there. And like I said, we were going to do the words in some Purple Posy, and I was going to do them right up there. So what I've done is I've got some of my adhesive sheet, just a scrap, because they come in 6 by 12. So I've got just a 1 inch by 6 inch piece here. So I wanted to show you guys how to do that. I love these adhesive sheets. So I've got that, and then I've got a scrap here of Purple Posy cardstock. So I'm gonna press that right over, and actually I don't need the whole thing, so let me put that right back there so I can save that piece for another project later. And then when I go to do my die cutting, it will come out already with the sticky on it, which is awesome. All right, so we just have to make sure that's on there. Get everything lined up here. Again, squish it. Yep, I think I need to order some new plates. That is on my list. I've been kind of holding out, getting my list ready to see what special deals are tomorrow. So not only are things, the In Colors retiring, but Stampin' Up! Has announced that, well, maybe they haven't officially announced, but I'll let you know it's coming. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, we will find out what kind of special deals they're offering on some of these retiring things too. So there will be a sale on some items, which will be exciting. We don't know what those are yet. Okay, so there we go. And actually my eye is stuck right there, so I'm gonna keep that close by so that I don't lose it. And then with the back here, we just have to separate, peel off. There we go. Isn't that fun? Just peel this off. You have a perfectly sticky word. Let's kind of go off to the side a little bit. Love that. Don't have to mess with any glue or anything. It's all perfect. Now let's see. Let's see if we might be able to get the backing. Yes, I think I did it. Look at that. I actually separated the backing from the dot of the eye. Love it when things work out like I want them to. All right, so let's get our mini glue dots here. And I've got to get used to these. These are the new glue dots, and when you unroll them, the dots are facing you as opposed to actually on the roll. I just learned that that is actually the way that the glue dot company, the glue dot manufacturer, is making them now. It's not actually a Stampin' Up! Thing, it's a glue dot thing. So it's just something we'll have to get used to, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and let's see, there we go. I love the extra detail that that overlay gives. That's pretty cool. All right. So again, just pressing my flower onto the dots. Don't like to pick the dots. Okay, looks like this one goes right in here. Okay, and then we've got our purple posy. Honestly, I think the purple posy and the pretty peacock are the colors that I will miss the most. Yeah, is that it? Let's see here. I gotta spin it a little bit. Here we go. Make sure I get that lined up just so. Okay. Now we need just a little pop. I feel like we need a little bling on there. Hey, honeybee, welcome. Hey, Jeanette. Glad you made it. Hi, Karen. Yeah, sorry, I missed you guys' comments a little bit there. Oh, yeah, I hope you guys are having great weather. Yes, I love this. So this is the Pretty Perennials bundle that's on page 31 here of the mini catalog. I think it's great. It's got that fun, happy. We're gonna use that on the next card. But the whole bundle, you can get a bundle pricing, save 10% there, 45 US for the bundle. And then of course the In Colors are in the annual catalog. But love that. All right, so let's use a little bling and hit a little pop. So I don't know, I couldn't decide. I've pulled out some embellishments. I've got some pearls, got rhinestones. I mean, those are classics. I've got the matte black dots. That's a little bit of a contrast. And then I've got gold glitter dots. What do you guys think? I thought I would put some kind of dot or embellishment in the center of each flower. Yes, definitely, Karen, the adhesive sheets, those are great. You know, I've taken to just kind of leaving them. I've got a little bin on my desk that I keep like all my adhesives in. And so I tuck this right in there too, so that it's handy. And I put any extra little pieces, scraps, I just stick that right in the bag. And that way, if I need just a little piece, I don't have to cut a whole, you know, whole 12-inch sheet just to use up a little piece. But that makes them more, does make them more accessible there. Yes. Oh, Karen's getting her mini machine today, which is awesome. Yes, I was just had a bunch of die cutting, so I've got my big one open on here today. Aw, thank you guys. Ooh, Alicia's getting snow up there in the North Pole. Oh, Alicia, I was gonna ask you, I saw this, I follow Alaska Photos on Instagram. It's some kind of Alaska Photos channel. And they posted the most amazing shot of the Northern Lights. I think it was just the other night. So I was wondering, do you get to see those where you are? That is totally on my bucket list, is to see the Northern Lights at some point. Aw. All right, so let's see. Oh, Jeanette is saying rhinestones with colored with blends. Alicia is voting for the gold glitter dots. Oh, Lynette's saying rhinestone with blends. Well, the thing is, what color blends would you want to color them? So if I was gonna do that, I mean, I've got my purple Posy blends handy. Would you go with Pretty Peacock to kind of pull it all together? Let me see. All right, so I know I love all of these. And yes, Alicia after my heart here with the gold glitter. Love those. All right, so okay, so Jeanette says yes, Pretty Peacock. So let me see. I think the flowers are large enough that I would go with the largest of the rhinestones. Let me start with my lightest color, Pretty Peacock, first, and then we can always darken it up. All right, so that's the lighter. I almost feel like that's too light. So let's see. Okay, the darker, yes, I definitely feel like the darker is better. So let's try that. And then pull these off here with my snips. Come on here. So the important thing is to use the blends here as opposed to our regular markers if you're coloring your rhinestones, is because the alcohol content in the blends helps them to dry quicker. And that way it doesn't smudge all over your fingers when in your project when you do this. I think I want to tuck that behind. That flower is just, there we go. Let's tuck it. I want my flower to stand out and the leaves are, I don't want the leaves to hide it, so we'll tuck it behind. Come on here, tuck, tuck. There we go. But we've still got lots of texture there. Let's see. Oh, Janelle's saying yes, she saw the Northern Lights when she lived in Iceland and it was awesome. Oh my goodness, yes. Iceland is also on my bucket list. Do I have blends for every color that I'm using? Yes, actually, I do own every color of blends that Stampin' Up! Has available. I love the blends markers. Yes, and I have the Stampin' Up! Storage. That is what I use for them. The little shelving, what do you call that? The little modular storage. Oh, Lisa says they see the Northern Lights driving home on some clear evenings. But to get the photos that I see taken, those are usually in the wee hours of the morning in the early AM. Ooh, okay. Oh, sometimes Karen gets them up there in Montana, in northern Montana too. Wow, that's cool. We did see the space shuttle that went overhead. What was that? Friday night? Might have been Friday night. Actually went by twice. So that was cool. I mean, it just kind of looked like a star that was moving, but it was a little bit brighter. So we did get to see that this weekend. That was pretty neat. Yes, okay, so I've got that. I almost think that we need, somehow I got glue, I think it came from my hand down there. Should I add a couple more? I don't know. I feel like I want to add a few more, but sometimes, let's do that. Let's color just a few more here. We'll go, let's do 5. We'll kind of stick with the odd number, but that way I can stick one over my sticky spot. We'll just be like, I did that on purpose. And then we can stick one up here by our friend. I feel like that needs a little bit of attention over here. Yeah, let's do that. I think that just helps brighten it up a little bit. All right, well, good choice there, ladies, using our basic rhinestones with our blends. All right, thank you. Okay, so for the next one, we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're still gonna do some flowers. I keep my embellishments handy there so we can decide what we wanna use next. All right, so for this next one, we are going to use our card base of Pretty Peacock. Again, 5.5 by 8.5, folded there at 4 1/4. Okay, let's score that there. All right. So for this one, I thought it would be fun, kind of do multicolored panels. So I do have a layer of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4, but then I've cut strips of each of the in colors. So each of the 5 colors, I've done a 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch strip. And I thought we would go ahead and put these on here. So let's go ahead. We've got our purple posy. And then, so we'll keep that up towards the top. Got a little bit of a border left and right. Okay. And then, let's see, I'm gonna do my terracotta down here at the bottom. And again, just close to the bottom, but even left and right there. Okay, so then we can see how we want to, let's see, let's go like this. All right, so these are going to be in the center fairly close together, so it is good to double check, make sure they're going to fit, and then just put a strip of adhesive on each one. And it's not quite touching, but it's just a sliver, like not even a, I don't know if you even want to call that a 1/16 of an inch. Just really, really close. I guess that could be a 1/16. Okay, and then our Seaside spray. I do love the metallic ribbon that's in the Seaside spray too. That's such a pretty color for winter. All right, so we've got our panels here. All right. Oh yes, Alicia, yeah, you could definitely add whatever greeting, and it's totally springy, actually kind of multi-season there because I've got lots of color variation. All right, so in this as well, I have a panel here. This is 3 by 4 1/4. And actually I feel like I just cut that out, but I feel like it might need some stitching. So if I go with my stitched rectangles, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trim it down with my stitched rectangle die just to give it a little extra, something something. You guys know I love all things stitched there. It just gives it just that extra oomph that a project needs there. Okay, so put that out real quick. All right, so got a little bit of a scrap there, but that's okay. Yes, gently pull this out. Yep, I love that. Yeah, definitely needed that stitching detail on there. All right, so I've got that. Now on this, again, I'm gonna bring in my foam craft mat because on here, I thought it would be fun to stamp our happy, and I think that'll just fit. I think my tails will kind of just hang off the ends a bit, but I intended to stamp that in the pretty peacock here. Actually, let me move that so I don't get ink on it. All right. So I'm putting that down just a little bit because that way I can always go in and add my sending lots of. And you know, I think I'm gonna do that in pretty peacock as well. Let's just go with it. Okay. So I got sending lots of happy. Don't you guys just love that? I love that sentiment from the Pretty Perennials. Very cool. Okay, so then let's add, I wanted to do some different sizes. Do I have room on here? All right, let's go ahead. Let's do another purple posy flower on this one. So again, just using my Stampin' Right marker. Now these are only come in the set of 5, but that's also the only way to get your purple posy classic ink here is in the marker. All right, so let's do that. So I've got one, oh, that came out a little weird. Let's flip it. I thought I had cleaned it, but we'll just brush it over anyways. Okay. Make sure I got lots of color on there. All right, make sure that it actually transfers. Okay, that's a little bit better. So that was the big one. And I'll die cut that. But then, where's my scraps here? All right, let's see, this piece should work. I wanted to do this medium size in our, oh, what am I doing that? I guess I'll do that in the Rococo Rose. And yep, there is a die for this as well. And then we've got our third flower, and that we'll do in our pretty peacock. And if I, or pretty peacock, terracotta tile. I think because I'm looking at, I've got the leaves die cut here, and pretty peacock, I already did that. So I did that extra little overlays. And that's what I was looking at. If I space this out a little bit, I can actually cut both of those at the same time, which will be good. All right, so what I had thought with these, I should actually be able to do all 3 at the same time. So I need the detailed one. Okay, and then the little one here that does and again, just go ahead and spin it. There we go, until it fits just right. And then we've got the little one on here as well. Actually, they do give you 2 of those, so you could do a bunch. So what I look for is this one that's got like the foot that kind of sticks out there on its own. Okay, so I'm gonna take that over here and die cut all 3 of those at the same time. All right, making sure I don't end up with too much white space on them. Okay. All right, that just so. You hear my little snap, crackle, pop. Okay, so we're all good here. And make sure I keep my dies handy so I don't lose them. All right, so we've got, well, they did slide on me just a little bit, but I think that's okay because we've got the detail to go with them. Okay, so we'll start to arrange this. All right, so actually I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's use dimensionals. We'll use lots of dimensionals. I was gonna say we can pop this up a bit here. So we'll do 5 on our stitched rectangle. And then we'll do a full one. Come on here, it's gotta stick me tight. There we go. On each of those. So we'll put our rectangle pattern down first. All right, make sure we're even, top and bottom, left and right. Okay, let's go with our biggest flower first. All right, so this is gonna be, well, let's just put it in the center. Well, let's do it a little off center. We'll do that. Okay, and then got my glue dots. I'll add my little overlay for that, which I already cut out here. All right, spin it till I've got it where I want it. Here we go. And then our Rococo Rose flower. Kind of do that here. And then this even has a cute little one too. This is just a little 4-pronged flower, but cute nonetheless. Okay. Isn't that cute? All right, and then we'll do our little one. Let's see, I was gonna do that up here. Maybe I should do a couple of them. All right, because, well, let's see. Let's do that. And then we'll use glue dots on the leaves here. Here we go. And that way I can just kind of tuck these under. All right, I feel like, oh, yep, I've got one sticking there. Okay. And then, let's see here. I did cut out a few. Here we go, come on. These are a little harder to see with, I gotta get used to them being on this side. All right. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Our little flowers. I feel like I've got a glue dot stuck to my arm. Who knew crafting was such a crazy thing that we end up with pieces everywhere. Yeah, all right, so we had that. And then let's add in, should we go ahead and do that? Should we just keep with our, maybe we should just keep with the Pretty Peacock rhinestones here. Because I do feel like that would match better. I've got some of the pearls there that have, I think that's Highland Heather, but it matches the purple posy pretty well on the Seaside Spray. But I think I kind of like the rhinestones. Hey, Judy. Hi, Carol. Yeah, that's okay. You're not too late. Better late than never. So yeah, let's go ahead. That was a good idea that Jeanette and Luann had there. So I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock Stampin' Blends here to color. And let's do, actually we should do 3 different sizes since we've got 3 different size flowers. So rather than using all the same size. So we'll do our largest one, of course, in the center of our largest flower. And then we'll use the medium size for our Rococo flower, and then an itty bitty baby one for our terracotta flower there. Yeah, I think that worked out good. So we've got sending lots of happy and friend, and we're giving our beautiful in colors a final hurrah here. So so again, definitely don't wait. Make sure you jump online tomorrow. I am gonna say tomorrow because the in colors are already in low inventory. That's the ink, the cardstock, the blends, all of that good stuff. But the official retiring list will post tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And yes, so sometime after that, about 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, I will jump on here again and do a Facebook Live walkthrough of the retiring products from our annual catalog and share what sales and specials there will be. And then you'll definitely want to make sure you hop on so that you can get whatever you need there before it sells out. Because once they post the list, then things are while supplies last. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these fun in color Pretty Perennials cards. Yes, and the Pretty Perennials set, that is from the mini catalog here. So we still do have a couple months for that. So you don't have to worry about that one going anywhere, but it's a great versatile flower set. Absolutely love that. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. All right, thanks so much. Yes, and you can definitely go back and watch the replay too. Thanks, Judy. Aw, thank you guys. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.